Welcome, Peoria Notre Dame ladies soccer fans, to the campus of Peoria Notre Dame High School. I'm Rob Kenny here with John Donnelly, set to bring you our first home game of the year here between your Lady Irish and our visitors, the Panthers from Washington, our friends from across the river. Nice sunny day here, 5 o'clock start, no JV game. That's always nice, John. Gives us about 15 more degrees to work with here at the start.
And a little better chance of seeing the ball as well, which helps.
Yes.
You don't get to the parts of the ball just kind of wanders off into the darkness.
That's right, into the gloaming there, where you never know if it's going to come back or some ghost is going to come out with it, which I believe nullifies the game.
Yeah.
Irish off to a good start, 2-0, 2-5-0 victories over Pekin and Geneseo. Washington kind of the opposite direction, 0-2. Washington Coach Zabroni has set himself up here with a tough non-conference schedule. He's played East Moline, so yeah, United, and Rock Island Alleman the first two games, all of them away. This is his third straight away game against some powers, so Noel's throwing his girls into the deep end.
Yeah, talk about just kind of seeing how it goes right from the jump there. But that is, I'm sure they'll be nice. They'll be glad to get home and get conference play started. Some more familiar opponents, but yeah, they're going after some big ones to start.
Yes, they did, 0-2, but we know that the Panthers always put up a fight. Irish will open here with possession. Irish coming off a very successful season, ended with a third-place trophy, losing in the state semifinals with eventual champion Troy Triad, then winning that third-place game. Few faces gone from that team, though. Maya Wardle, Ellen Dahlquist, Parker Miller, Ellie Bear, Sydney Wharton, fine goalkeeper. All gone, replaced by some familiar names, though.
Yeah. Well, it's a situation where I feel like the girls soccer program doesn't really have rebuilding years. You know, it's just they've got a lot of talented underclassmen just kind of step right in.
Yeah, they just kind of reload there. One of those talented, well, not an underclassman anymore. Maddie Stuckmeyer there, number 6, drove that in on the near post, earns the first corner of the game. Relatively mild wind for being up here. One of the higher points in the county.
Yeah. Notre Dame going against the wind, according to the shadow of the flag I can see there this first half.
We cannot see the flag here from our brand new perch there. Good defense there by Washington. Got her head on it, forces it out of the box. Pop back in.
Yeah, very nice job there.
And that was Bailey Leffler, number 4, I think. They popped that in.
Willow Toft, senior for Washington there. Nice job making sure the ball didn't get through, made sure it didn't get past her. Just kind of what you want from your central defender there on that corner.
She did. Abigail Chaddick there wins that. Abigail wearing a mask there to protect face injury. Or just because it looks intimidating. It could be the reason, too.
I respected my modeling career was ended tragically by a high school athletic injury.
Oh, I always wondered what happened to that career.
I went too quickly for the water during a football game and hit my head on the water cooler, and it just was a real shame.
I broke my nose in basketball. I went after my own shot. Last time I ever fouled my shot, I said, this is just way too dangerous. It was in practice, one of my own teammates, too. Sacrifice is not worth it. All right, Irish earned another corner now from different corner. This will be an in-swinger. And Danny gets the first foot on it. Yeah. Decided not to pop it in, decided to keep possession.
Yeah, boy, that's anywhere inside half is within her range. So
yeah, she's got that howitzer. I believe Hannah scored one of the goals against Geneseo. Yeah. Generally one of her 14 to 20 yard lasers.
That looks like at least the start, and understandably on the road. Looks like Washington's kind of sitting in a little deeper here. Both the midfield and defenders, kind of a couple banks of 4 sitting back there.
Starting Grace Van Quakebeck in goal. Jaden Novi, number 6. Victoria Aberley, number 7. Gracie Alexander, number 8. Hello to Gracie, especially all the Alexanders who are listening to us, including Aunt Shannon and her family. Riley Freeman, number 9. Tegan Unruh, number 10. Whitney Winkler, 19. Willow Toff, number 20. I already mentioned her in her defensive work. Leah Burke, 21. Samantha Langstaff, 22. And Gracie Brewer, number 25.
Yeah, Brewer just had a nice little kind of takeaway on, the Washington right there. And again, just, when you're just getting settled in the game, it's nice to have a little stretch of play after those couple corners now.
Yeah, grow into the game. Actually, Lily let the sunshine kind of warm you up as you go into the game, get your warm-ups off, move around a little bit. Allie Stuckemeyer run this down for the Irish. Irish starting Riley Bear in goal. Riley not unfamiliar with this program. Seemingly all the other women's sports programs around here. Addison Bellamy, number 2. Bailey Leffler, 4. Shay Larson, 6. Maddie Stuckemeyer, 7. Allie Stuckemeyer, number 8. 2 stalwarts from last year's team. Delaney Rezak, number 7. Emmy Wardle, 12. Abigail Chaddock. Ava LaFollette, I'm sorry. And Hannah Daly, number 21, starting for the Irish. So, a mix of new names in there, but
some returning
some
starters from last year.
returning studs who got plenty of minutes. Plenty of 80-minute players out there for the Irish if need be. Goal kick for the Irish here. Allie Stuckemeyer will be taking it. Oh, nice low ball. Had there been any wind, it would have cut right through it.
Yeah, so it's kind of atypical, and I feel like I'm going to jinx it by saying that, but actually it's pretty calm right now, so I'm sure in 10 minutes it'll be...
Yeah.
Well,
on our new perch up here, we debuted last year, our new little media broadcast booth here.
A little safer from the wind.
Protected from the wind.
Nice cross.
Ooh, I just get a shot off there. That was Leffler. Managed to get her foot on it between 2 defenders. Good job there by the goalie, Quickelbeck.
Good quick shot there from Bailey. Ball dropped and she was right on it.
Yeah. I like testing the keeper early.
Yeah. Especially you got the kind of the sun on this side. I feel like it's a little, even walking up, I feel like that gets a little dicey at certain times of day up here.
Yeah, it certainly can. Shay Larson there doing her disruptive things that we saw her doing during the basketball season. Shay, one of the players out there that second place finishers for the Irish lady basketball squad. Congratulations, Coach Langhoff, his staff, and all the players on that terrific season.
Yeah, it's kind of established that sort of success across a number of the sports programs for the ladies here. It's fun to see. It's the kind of a culture of winning in both basketball and soccer.
Yeah.
It kind of carries over, it's nice.
It does. See, a lot of these seniors are going to be continuing on in either basketball or soccer. 4-year colleges coming up. As the season goes on, we'll be filling you in on that, but do you know that Allie Stuckemeyer going to Drake to play soccer?
My wife was very excited about that as a former Bulldog herself.
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
My brother Dave is Drake Bulldog.
Des Moines is lovely this time of year.
Des Moines is lovely off season.
I mean, every time of year, but. I'm curious if early in the season if we could see some fair amount of substitution or kind of, leave people in for a while, give them some time, kind of, be curious to see how kind of rotation you get, or if you just want to get people minutes, get people to stretch their legs out a little.
LaFollette there with a great square ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2-5-0 score lines afforded the Irish the luxury of playing a lot of girls in the first 2 games. Just about 7.5 minutes into this first 40 minutes. Emmy Wardle, not her first touch, but our first mention of her. Back there to man the center of the defense, along with Allie Stuckemeyer. Allie tends to be a little more forward-facing.
Nice to have a couple central defenders with some height, and they certainly got that in addition to the fantastic skill on the ball they've got. But it's handy in those set-piece situations.
Yeah.
I said, Allie does a nice job working way forward on those, too.
Yeah, she is an offensive defensive player. That's meant as a compliment, no matter how it comes out.
Hey, people don't often say defensive, offensive. I feel like
Yeah, you don't know. You don't. That's makes it sound like they've got really thin skin. She's really defensive. No, I meant she's. No, never mind. Hannah Daly. Oh, nice ball there, trying to release Leffler down the middle.
It's a nice run there.
Yeah, very nice run by Bailey. Great one-time touch by Hannah Daly. Talked about the power of her legs there, but she showed the deftness of her touch there.
Nice pressure there from Rizak coming up from left back.
Throwing here right below our perch by Gracie Brewer. Nice ball there, number 6. Going down, Jaden Novi.
Yeah, very nice turn there on the ball from Riley Freeman, junior for Washington there. Nice little back to the goal turn.
Yeah, that's a little bit of danger there for the Irish there. Handled by Emmy Wardle, letting the ball, using her body to let the ball run out for a goal kick. Yeah, here comes subs here. That may be the answer to the question. Delaney Driscoll. It's good to see Delaney was getting some serious work done on one of her legs after the Geneseo game. Glad to see her sprinting out there. Give Hannah Daly a break.
Yeah. I feel like it's a good idea in these early season games, but it's still nice day for a game. But like, it's a little colder. You want to make sure keep rotating some people in.
Soccer is not a sport when you can play through a hamstring injury, a quad injury, something like that. It's not. You need those long muscles to stay limber.
The ball mostly near us here. I haven't seen the ball a whole lot. I guess we did have the cross came in for a left foot shot there, but mostly been it's kind of in front of us here on the Notre Dame left, attacking left there.
Yeah, kind of a top of the box game.
Yeah,
for the most part right now. Washington certainly looks comfortable out there.
Yeah, I said they've kind of moved forward here a little bit. I said those first few minutes kind of sitting back a little, which makes sense when you're on the road against a good team, but now they're kind of moving forward a little. Getting some numbers up.
There's Delaney Driscoll with her first touch of the game. Oh, a nice ball back to her there.
Nice
oh, it was in on goal. Sorts it. Oh, she sorted it out underneath the feet and misses by probably about a foot at the left post. Saw what she was trying to do, did it.
Pulled it a little left there.
Pert near perfect. That was a great build up there. La Follette will definitely make more of those and she'll miss.
Yeah, first substitution here for Washington. We've got a sophomore Natasha Lee entering the game here. First appearance coming in for, looks like maybe Gracie Alexander there potentially.
Number 8, Gracie Alexander. It's a young squad that Coach Zerboni is throwing out here this year. They were a young squad last year. Last year they were 7-11-3, I believe. So a little down year for Washington from what we've seen in the past. So expect be much closer to 500 this year as all these youngsters have gotten a year of experience. They certainly look the part right now.
Yeah, I said they're playing well, especially I said on the road. Like I said, they look very comfortable. Like you said, comfortable on the ball. Like they've looked like a pretty solid start for them. I think coming in this for about 15 minutes in here, so 12, 15 minutes. As I see, I need to maybe get some glasses. We're
we'll say 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll just. Bailey Leffler couldn't quite control that pass, but the Irish remain on the ball and in possession. Good work there by Shea Larson.
Leffler's done a nice job finding space between the defenders and the midfield, kind of that little kind of space in between those two lines there.
He's been quite active. Yeah. Good defense there. I believe that was number 22, Samantha Langstaff, one of the seniors back there. It always seems
one of the captains, it looks like.
Yeah.
She's got the band there.
When you have only a few seniors on your team, it always seems that they're in central defense.
Yeah.
It just tells you how important either that position or those two positions are, depending on whether you're playing 3 or 4 across the bat.
Yeah. It's something like experience ends up being so incredibly valuable.
Yeah.
Reading a game.
Oftentimes you'll take a midfielder and turn them into a central defender just because they got that experience.
Yeah.
If you don't have the offensive firepower, you want to try to win some games 1-0.
And then you see, just start to play it from the back. I've seen already a couple times. Ally Stuckelmeyer starting play from that central defense and kind of getting things going up to the midfield. So it does help to have that person who maybe got that midfield experience as far as getting things started. Nice turn from Ava there.
Yeah, Ava did a nice turn. And she saw that the keeper wasn't quite central there.
Yeah,
The keeper,
she
for
was
some
by
reason,
the- yeah.
it stayed to her near post.
Yeah.
But realized her misstep there, not necessarily a mistake for Van Quakebeck. She got down to it, got her body behind it, continuing her fine play.
Nice job by Ava, realizing the goalie was off by the far post there and kind of trying to play the ball. It was a nice shot.
Maddie Stuckelmeyer there. Yeah. Nice turn. Oh, beats her. Mark her to the ball. Oh, ball there.
Nice little cutback.
Yeah. I think Bailey had kind of checked her run there. I think Maddie was expecting her to take another step or two, or somebody else be coming in down the flank.
Seen Delaney Reset getting pretty far forward here, so being good to see the Irish being aggressive there. But we've had a couple of times where Washington started to play the ball to their right side. And, you see it looks like Edis Millamy. So the senior captains here just stayed back a little bit, which works out. If somebody goes forward, you figure one stays back on that kind of situation.
And Washington going to retain possession. And we see that's Gracie Alexander back into the game. Got out to probably receive a little instruction from the coaches. She was only out for a few minutes of game time. She will be replacing number 10, Tegan Unruh. Washington retains possession. There was a throw in front of the Irish crowd. Such as it is.
Yeah, it's good to see. Washington's getting some numbers forward, which means Notre Dame's has to put some numbers back, and so, it's. I feel like in years past, Notre Dame's used their speed for just really devastating counterattack.
Sophia Russo, number 13, making her first appearance today. In for Shay Larson. Sophia, plenty of playing time last year. On the far side, that is Chaddick. Abigail gets it into the box, but cut out by the Washington defense. There's a clearance to make a defensive coach's heart sing.
leaves no doubt. Yeah.
45-yarder, yeah. Allows you to get your lines up and relieve the pressure on your goalie.
Yeah.
I did not mind that at all.
Plus, when it keeps those central defenders back a little bit, knowing that that ball can be played in like that.
Yeah, knowing that it can be, you can get caught out. The ball could fall in behind you. I think that was number 20, Willow Toft on the bomb there.
Nice job keeping the ball in play.
I'm going to get a Spike Coach Zabronia's vote for a corner. It's going to be a goal kick for the Irish.
Win the ball.
Allie Stuckelmeyer will be taking it. She's taking all of them here, so I'm going to take advantage of that Division I leg. Riley Bear can get it out there, though, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a much better kicker than Dylan. Poser.
Certainly.
All he did was play college football. Did he make the women's soccer team? He did
I don't
not.
think so.
Stuckelmeyer released down the side here. Take her marker on 1v1. That's good.
Very nice.
Yeah, good defense there. That is Toft. Again, we've been saying her name quite a bit.
Yeah.
Leffler, yeah.
Nice bit of control from Stuckelmeyer in the corner there. It's tight quarters, and she did a really nice job being able to get that ball back in the center.
Yeah, she was giving up height and weight there in the corner, but not strength. Certainly not determination. Not when it comes to Maddie.
Sometimes that low center of gravity and also being tenacious as she is. That.
Wins the Irish corner.
See the third corner?
Fourth
Corner.
Fourth corner, I think, yeah.
Couple from the side, one from our near side here.
None of them has produced anything particularly dangerous. It's another outswinger that ends up actually dropping outside the box. Wind might have helped that one a little bit.
Yeah.
A little more behind it than it should have. Yeah. Addison Bellamy there, trying to pop it back in. And then there's Willow Toft again. So
Nice recovery by Bellamy there to help out. Again, the Irish had some numbers forward for that corner, so another deep ball by Washington to kind of release. That time, actually, you had a player there as well. You had your striker up top there for them, number 9, Riley Freeman, a junior there. And she was well marked by Wardle, but it was again just something to keep in mind. So that's a couple of balls that play over the top.
Tegan Unruh now back in, replacing number 19, Whitney Winkler. Nice rotation here. Washington getting players in, keeping them fresh. Ava LaFollette down the right side. She's got about 6 or 7 touches into this run. Swept out by Toft. Nice run there, though. Usually see Ava more centrally located.
Yeah, nice job moving on the right. And she had all 3 attacking midfield, all 3 midfielders kind of joining her there.
And then Bailey Leffler coming out. Well, earned a little rest. Hannah Danny back into the squad. You see Hannah centrally located. Right at the top of the D.
Imagine her dropping in the hole kind of behind Ava there.
Yeah.
Nice little pair right there, central.
Good job by Hannah. When that ball shouldn't have been a 50-50 ball, but turned into one. Ava again, this one just swings off to the left. I like it there, right at the top of the D. Put that thing, you could have hung laundry on that. That was, I don't believe the keeper would have been able to keep that one out had it been inside the frame.
No, it was a nice shot. And keeper was pretty close to the near post there.
Relieved to see it fly, whiz by and go wide. Yeah, Washington got a little something here going on the right side. We got a missed kick there by number 9. See what she was trying to do. She's trying to wrap her foot around it there. Yeah. That was Riley Freeman, but
didn't quite get over it. But again, nice idea.
Slid off the top, went out for a goal kick.
Yeah, so it's just kind of, sometimes the team will come in here and just the ball be on Notre Dame's half the whole time, and the defense isn't going to breathe their relief. But Washington's done a nice job of cutting some balls out and sending the ball and just instead of keeping the ball, I said, not just in their half.
Yeah, not being afraid to look uncool, as it were, in today's. And they just, have that Toft put one out there 50 yards and just relieve the pressure. Don't try to play it out of the back. Just, boot it out of the back.
Yeah. And there's been a threat,
Yeah, absolutely. Nice long ball there. Doesn't find its intended target. Instead it finds Delaney Rezac.
Nice job of pressure there from, Washington, pushing the ball as it gets to the midfield, and then Friends kind of a calm, cool build-up play. You're putting that first midfield touch the ball under pressure. Nice job, Rezac, like you were saying, to cover centrally after she's been on the left side.
Yeah, she was doing double duty there. Read the situation, filled in the spot. Allie Stuckelmeyer will take this, and of course not a directly dangerous position, but
can become one very quickly.
Ooh, it can.
In the season, it's kind of tough, especially with the field. If you're going to get once you get later and it gets kind of dry, you're getting a big hop. But here it's a little more unsure.
Yeah, good job there, Abigail Chaddick. Turned around, saw she had space. Nobody was closing her down.
Yeah.
Popped one there from about 26, 27 yards. Over the crossbar.
I know you're fond of attempts and such. I know I enjoy seeing somebody take a rip at one if they think they got some space.
I do. It's among my favorite things. In fact, that's something I was Washington. I'd like to see them maybe try to do. Just Riley Barrett hasn't had a whole lot to do back there, and just put one on her just to see.
Yeah. So we got Larson back in for the Irish. She came in for Maddie Stuckelmeyer there. She started on the left. She's on the right now. So
versatile.
Yeah.
She's got a left foot and a right foot.
Yeah.
That's why God gave you two.
It's fun to be able to cut in from that right side for her too, I bet.
Sophia Russo, good job there. Staying on the ball. Ball just did not fall correctly for the Irish. Stuckelmeyer keeps it in though. Stuckelmeyer, Allie.
Yeah. Oh, very nice.
Oh, there's Hannah Daly. Oh, great job. That is Toft again.
I don't know. That's a guaranteed goal if she doesn't get to that ball first, but it's about as close as you can get. Like
Yeah.
That's a great tackle.
Beautifully done. I'm sorry, that wasn't Toft. That was number 10. That was Tegan Unruh.
Getting back there.
Yeah,
Nice
beautiful job getting back from her forward position.
Yeah.
Important.
Yeah, that's
You saw the
saved
0.
a goal right
Yeah,
there.
I just saw the 0 and assumed it was number 20. Beautiful job by Tegan. Good win by Abigail Chanik. Gets it right to Ava.
Four striped shirts to her right there.
Ava determined to get that under the left foot and crank a shot off there. Keeper knows a shot could be coming from Ava, and that's, that's important.
Yeah, I think that's her third shot today,
Yeah.
and they've all been right in the neighborhood.
Well, it's going to keep not just Quackabeak, but any keeper's going to keep them a little bit more rooted to their heels to the goal line there. Maybe not quite as adventurous.
A couple substitutions for Washington there. Ellie Alberly, a sophomore, coming in, number 2. I think that's her first appearance, and then like maybe Whitney Winkler coming back in, freshman form there. Up top for both.
Just about 25 minutes gone here in this first half. Still 0-0. Result you got to be happy with your Washington right now. They've not been outplayed by any stretch of the imagination. Of course, 0-0 and outplayed. You can be some 0-0 games that are really tilted.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter. This does not feel like one of those games where it's just a matter of time the Irish score.
No, I don't know that Washington's recorded a shot, but they've also done a pretty good job of preventing good shots, which will keep a game tight.
Yeah, they haven't. I mean, it's not like it's been corner after corner and fouls to give up dangerous free kicks all over the place. It's been a 55-45 sort of game probably.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more to the Irish. Certainly with possession, it's much more of an 80-20 game. But Washington is not spooked. They are not unhappy with the way things are going right now.
So there's been a couple, Dave's had a couple good chances. Ava's first shot there that just drifted just wide of the left post there, and then Handy running in that kind of last second tackle. So Notre Dame's had a couple kind of half chances, but like I said, Washington's done a nice job defensively.
And there's Ava LaFollette there with a
kind of slice that one.
Yeah, she kind of sliced that one.
Ball's under her feet there, just kind of. Or under, didn't she get a chance?
It almost looked like she was going to shoot, looked up, saw she had somebody coming in making a run, and decided at the last second to try to turn it into a pass.
Yeah.
And the brain and the boot didn't quite talk to each other there.
Oh,
yeah. Compute.
Well,
no, that's rhyming.
I was going to finish your rhyme there.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice ball. Nice job of playing her back to the goal there.
Yeah, a nice little 1-2 play there from Chaddick.
Nice job by Driscoll. Oh, very nice. Nice job coming in. Like the idea there, trying to play the ball down the kind of left channel there.
Good square ball there by Delaney Driscoll.
Yeah, I'm going to switch the play there.
This one's going to have a little, oh, nope.
Oh, wow.
It,
Thought it was overhit as well.
that was a little rough. Hit a thick patch of grass there. It's going to be a corner here for the Irish.
Very nice cross there. Come in from, is that, I think Shea Larson.
I think Shea Larson. Yeah, Shea's moved from the left to the right.
Yep.
When she came back in.
Couple substitutions for the Irish here.
Delaney Driscoll coming out. Sophia Russo coming out. Sophia did a great job when she was in there. Irish get another corner here.
Everybody kind of on the edge of the box there, more or less.
There we go. Janet gets her head on it.
Yeah.
Somebody gets their foot on it, and ooh, well, I kind of got fooled there. The ball had a lot of backspin on it. I thought it was going in the upper 90, right 90 there.
It's a nice job at Chaddick. Everyone kind of made a run for the goal, and she kind of hung back there around the edge of the box, and the ball popped out to her. So
yeah, I think a defender probably got a foot on that and changed the spin and trajectory of it.
Yeah, just nice anticipation of that's kind of that second ball off the corner.
midfield interplay between two teams here. Both teams playing in about a 30-yard box there.
Yeah.
Back to the Irish. Not a lot of whistles so far.
No, I should have had a foul maybe. I mean, the ball that Stookmeyer played. But
Yeah.
I think that's
Not been
about
many.
it. Yeah.
Clean game. Good there've been tackles. There's been physical battles. Stookmeyer in the corner there. Maddie, won that one. And then that great job by Tegan Unruh. Probably goal-saving tackle. Good job, Abigail Chag there. Playing the way she was facing.
Yeah. Washington, well, as I said, done generally a pretty good job of taking the, since the ball got into the midfield, they're applying pressure and not letting the Irish get a whole lot done. They're not sitting back, they're attacking.
Nice ball forward there by Gracie Brewer. It's not going to find its intended target, though. That was a little bit risky ball there by Stookmeyer. Irish aren't out of this problem yet. Riley Bear, has the ball trickle up to her, keeps behind it, picks it up. It would be Riley's first punt of the game.
Nice time to run right there.
Yeah, Ava looked over her left shoulder and she's being kept on. Stookmeyer's there. Oh, it goes in. Maddie Stookmeyer is going to get the goal if they don't call it an own goal. I think they're going to give it to Maddie. The work done by really started back there with Riley Bear with that fine punt.
Yeah.
And then the Irish won the second ball at midfield and let Ava LaFollette make a run down that middle channel. And like you said, timed it perfectly. Looked over her left shoulder, saw that she's being kept on.
Yeah. And a fantastic job by Stookmeyer of
9:48 of the first period. Well done by the Irish.
Yeah.
Now up 1-0.
And Maddie continues to be ball hound as we restart play here.
She's not going to be satisfied with one goal. Not Maddie. Not this team, not Maddie especially, though.
Really nice idea for Shaler Center to kind of fair come air. She brought the ball in centrally, but she's a little much on that touch, but then she recovers the ball very nicely.
Ooh, dangerous ball in there. I believe it was Shay Larson there on the far side. It's tough to see the number, but I think Shay did a good job keeping it in, and then not just keeping it in, but
a couple of dangerous plays right there. She had a nice little touch before, and then send that cross in. Looks very comfortable out there on the right.
Another good square ball by Delaney Driscoll there.
She's played the ball a couple times now,
yeah.
effectively.
Yeah, and one time, too. She's not getting stuck on the ball at all. She does again. Spraying it out to both sides.
A lot more of a bother when you got to defend the whole field.
Yeah. When you move Stookmeyer up here, that's from the position where she scored from there, but she's playing out now on the left. She'd been on the right for the first 30 minutes or so of the game. Bailey Leffler back into the game and throws one out there. Keeper fumbles a little bit.
Yeah, ball that I don't think was on frame.
No, I don't think so either, but she may have not known that. And she also had the figure of Ava LaFollette there in her peripheral vision. Really Never a good thing if you're a keeper.
Really nice job by Chaddock there of realizing where the ball was going to play and taking a step back. Not afraid to get in the mix there. Oh, nice. Goalkeeper kind of hesitated there, but had plenty of time.
Yeah, she had good. Shay Larson knew she wasn't going to be able to get to that ball, so didn't make a. Why waste the energy here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, nice thought there.
Good win by Chaddock there in midfield.
Yeah, she's done that a few times today. It's a nice controlled ball played from really either goalie or a goal kick and make a nice first touch.
Irish with the throw in. Ball's going to stay in. Ball stays in on that side of the field. As soon as I say that, it rolls out.
We Took a while though.
It did take a while. That's
longer
true.
than I expected.
Throwing deep in their own territory for the Panthers.
Check's done a nice job of kind of being just box to box here and just getting the ball.
Ooh, yeah, dangerous.
Yeah.
Giveaway there. Shea Larson. Shea does a good job of baiting her defender.
Yeah, a little hesitation.
Yeah. Oh, and there we go. It's the second goal there. Shea Larson. Perfectly played by Shea soon from her first touch to that square pass to.
That little dummy she did, like you said, lure the defender was just fantastic.
Yeah, lured her, spun her.
Yeah, what a nice job on the ball.
Great chemistry between Ava LaFollette and Shea there. Ava knew exactly where to be. That comes at 6:31 of this first half. Gives the Irish a 2-0 lead.
With that goal, we have a substitution. Chad comes out and Hannah Daly back into the game for the Irish. Start to see if Washington opens up things up a little bit here. Tries to get some rush forward. Or, hope to go into the half. 2 down is.
3 down would be really defeating after the first 30 minutes that you played. I mean, he really played nicely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, it didn't seem as if a goal was a given for the Irish. We talked about that. So.
Yeah. There was definitely getting some shots, but it wasn't like anything that was a automatic goal or a great chance necessarily. But as soon as you see a couple go in, all of a sudden you start ripping a little more and some pressure on.
Yeah, well, going now is looks up and sees 2. Not any of them were her fault, but you get a little. Start to feel the cold a little bit more. You start to understand, like, Oh boy, look at the speed there. Number 6, that is Jaden Novy.
Yeah. And Washington's got a couple players in the box here.
Yeah, she had a better first touch when she got to the ball. It's just a little heavy, pushed it too far towards the end line.
Nice pressure from Larson there. That's the ball that I thought was going to get cleared out, but some nice pressure, and all of a sudden got an opportunity maybe here.
LaFollette finds Stickelmeyer out here on the.
Oh, that's Knuckland.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Keeper saw Stickelmeyer saw the keeper out near her 6. Thought, you know what, there's room there.
Hand the ball into the wind a little bit too. The ball was had a little wobble to it, which is fun to see, but just hit it a little over. But
yeah,
I like the idea.
Keeper Gracie Van Quackelbeck didn't seem too worried about it.
Nah.
She understood that it was going to be about 10 feet.
From here, I was like, "Oh boy!"
Yeah, I know. From here, it did look like it was going to be
at any point. Yeah.
Goal of the match contender. Just about 4 minutes to go here. Irish now up 2-0 on the strength of goals by Maddie Stickelmeyer and Ava LaFollette.
Stickelmeyer with a nice cross from the left there.
This one dealt with. We got a little something here. Can hold the ball up though and get a few more white jerseys come in here and help. No, decided to go ahead. Riley Freeman and Stickelmeyer, Allie Stickelmeyer, they're having a battle, run eventually by Stickelmeyer.
Got some nice job of the Irish getting some numbers back because it was being like a 2-on-5 there.
Maddie Stickelmeyer finds herself in on goal. Great save.
Oh. Try to sneak one in the near post. There was a heck of a shot.
Yes, it was a heck of a shot. Going to end up being a goal kick. Very brave goaltending there by the Washington keeper. She came out.
She's already had Stickelmeyer follow a second opportunity and scored that first goal. So
maybe Stick took that one in just a little too close. Bailey Leffler cracks one off. Didn't quite wrap her foot around it. I bet you that had room to sneak in there on that post, the right post.
So definitely trying some testing the goalie to for some range here.
Yeah, well, they're looking up and finding that they've got a yard or two between them and the nearest white jersey, and they're going to punish them for it.
Yeah, that first goal came off a rebound. Like, all it takes is the ball in the box and just a slight little hiccup or a mishandle, and Williams had somebody right there. Which again, you're just getting a goalie's head at that point.
Irish matriculating down the field by throw-ins. Hannah Daly throws it in there. I'm pretty sure it was meant to be a cross, just didn't quite.
Carried a longer.
Yeah, didn't quite get. Find your target. Leffler was making a run there down the center channel.
Just under 2 minutes in the first half here.
Madison Bellamy there. You had to call her name much?
They've been pretty quiet on that.
Yeah.
That right side. If you're a defender, that's usually a good thing. If you don't hear your name too often, it's a quiet day in the office. Is the A-OK.
Stickelmeyer giving them
nice
time
ball.
to make a few touches. And the offside flag stays down, and
such a nice weight on that ball from
Yeah.
Stickelmeyer. It was really just
Stickelmeyer to La Follette. Even scores her second in a row. Second in the game, and now Irish at 1:24 to go. That's a stoppage of time. We're up 3-0.
It's all been this last 10 minutes of the first half as well, because like you
Yeah.
said, that first 30 minutes, Washington did such a nice job, and sometimes it just once that first goal gets in, it can kind of break things a little bit, but they put in such a shift the first half hour.
Yeah, this is a classic case of one goal coming in the dam bursting, which is not something I would have guessed.
Yeah, said they did such a nice job, but they get wore down, and it's not like they were just bunkered in, and like you said, it was a shot on the spot. Like they'd move the ball out and played some balls.
But the energy you have to expend on defense takes more than the calories.
Yeah.
The same amount of time you expend on offense. It's just.
Even there, Larson with a nice touch. First about beats the defender on the left, and the center defender has to get to the far sideline. That just wears on you after a while.
Throw in goes to the Panthers. So 1-on-3 though. Stickelmeyer's going to take it up the middle. Irish going to play it out of the back. Delaney Rizak. Or Driscoll.
Oh, nice ball there from Delaney for Stickelmeyer. This last 20 seconds here. I mean, another opportunity for the Irish.
Oh. Stickelmeyer went for it. Hit the post. Went to get the rebound. And then went for a cross.
The ball was just sitting there too.
Yeah, under 10 seconds now. The countdown there from Joel Mulcahy, our public address announcer. And when you stop hearing her voice, you're going to have an end of the first half with the Irish up 3-0 on goals. That all came within the last 10 minutes of this half. A 0-0 game became a 3-0 game very quick. We'll be back in about 10 minutes of real time, folks, to bring you the second half. See you then. Welcome back, Peoria Notre Dame Lady Soccer fans. Set to bring you the second half of this home opener for the 2025 season for your defending third place state finishers from last year. The Irish are up 3-0 against our visitors from Washington. I'm Rob Kenny here with John Donnelly. John, tale of two halves, although two halves of a quarter, or two halves of a half, I'm
that math's hurt in my head. Yeah, that last quarter of the first half, we'll call it an eighth, was, I mean, just Washington played so well that first 30 minutes and did a nice job. Kind of Notre Dame had a couple chances there, but those 3 goals all came in the last 10 minutes of the first half. And
yeah, with that long, convoluted story problem I tried to put out there, folks, was that the Irish and the Panthers played even in the first 30 minutes. And then the Irish popped in 3 goals in the space of about 8 minutes to come out of halftime up 3-0.
I don't think it. I think the scoreline reflects just how well Washington played in that.
No,
first
it
half.
didn't.
Yeah.
Did not at all. But we'll see what the second half brings. It'll bring less story problems. I can guarantee you that. We're going to stick to pros.
Yeah, when I signed up for this, I was under the impression there would be no math story problems.
Sorry about that. I didn't. It's not just a soccer broadcast. It's also a pre-SAT. The Irish are starting off this second half on the front foot here. Got a shot from Ava LaFollette, handled by the keeper, but the Irish are still pressing.
Some more numbers up. Like I said, kind of feel like maybe a little blood in the water type situation. Once you get the first goal, you can start feeling more comfortable in the attack.
Yeah, it certainly seems like the start of the second half is just a continuation of that last 10 minutes of the first half. You're right. Irish win a corner kick here. Ava, number 18, will take it here.
So if we can maybe get some off a set piece here, because at least we get kind of a half chance off the last corner in that first half, but they're pretty quiet off those corners. Wash again defended very well the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, some of these floated maybe out a little bit too far. There's Abigail Chaddick. Beautiful, exactly what you're saying. She put that one there. Abigail probably got that one at about the 12 or 13 yard mark. Just couldn't quite get on top of the header though. She made a good connection.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, the half started just like the first half ended, with Irish looking a lot more dangerous.
Chaddick has won more than her fair share of those 50-50 balls in midfield.
Not even just a win, but also controlling the ball and playing the ball to a teammate. Just such a incredibly helpful thing to kind of get that attack started.
Nice 1-2 there from LaFollette and Leffler.
Some blanketed fans were almost knocked out there, but luckily they were able to get a hand up out of the blanket. That was close.
Yeah, they grudgingly took a bare hand out of the blanket.
Touch and go for a second there. Hypothermia.
That's
or
right.
Stop the ball from coming. You have to make your choice.
It's going to hit me in the face or my partner. Oh, it looks like it's going to hit me. Better get a hand up.
The adventure was chosen.
Irish get a throw in deep in Panther territory.
It's a real advantage in the last few years of those long throw-ins in those situations.
Ball goes down to Hannah Daly. Hannah, plays one, a nice square ball. Mandy Stuckemeyer there ran into too much traffic. She couldn't get to the ball.
Yeah, both central defenders were right there on
yeah,
that one.
They muddied it up exactly the way they should.
Muddied's a heck of a verb choice there. I like that.
Thank you. It's early, but I had to make up.
You're in mid-season form, I'd say.
I had to make up for the 1/2 of 2/3 of the mess I started this broadcast with. Abigail Chaddick there. Does not trouble the keeper from about 22 yards. Be a goal kick here for the Panthers.
I think some of these long shots have been effective though, because like I said there's been a couple times where it's just, when it's cold out, it's a little tough to handle the ball, and just you're not loose, and it's just ball keeps coming in.
Well, just I'm not gaining an extra yard and a half from a defender or even from the keeper.
Yeah, absolutely.
You talk about wanting your keeper, looking up and seeing the keeper off the line and thinking that's a good thing. But sometimes you want them. You're happy also when they're rooted to their goal line.
Yeah, and then maybe you get some people coming out, like you said, and all of a sudden that opens up something in behind. Very nice
beautiful ball there from Stuckemeyer. Finds Hannah Daly. Hannah, right off the 90 angle there in the right. Beautifully done.
Press the post stayed up after that one. Kid and Chris was watching her. Like I said, you see her approaching the ball like that, you know something good's going to happen. She knocked that one right off the woodwork there.
Beautifully done. No extra touches, no extra motion in it either. Just one touch, got it where she wanted to do and let it fly.
It's just fun when you know a heck of a shot's going to be coming in. So you just watch her play a couple times, you know what's happening in that situation.
Yeah, the anticipation is absolutely thrilling. And again, a good ball from Stuckemeyer, as she is wont to do and has done several times today already. Speaking of Stuckemeyer, there's Allie there. Puts one in just a little bit too central, trying to find Ava LaFollette.
Again, you got to appreciate when your central defender is playing balls like that. We talked a lot about that in the fall with the boys team and how amazing that is when you've got your central defenders putting balls that are dangerous into attack. There's never a safe moment for your opponent when that's the case.
Well, no, you just skip a whole line of defense. So you just take the midfield, the defensive midfield, out of the equation.
Mm-hmm. We were watching. I thought they did a really nice job in the first half. That first ball in the midfield was one they did a really nice job of attacking and stopping Notre Dame from building the play up.
Come on. That's not a handball. They call that in the Premier League. That was easy, man.
Nice shot there. That's a lot more dangerous than it looks. The ball skipping along the ground. Weather getting the temperature getting a little bit colder.
This early in the season too, Coach Bear was out there with the scissors trying to, cut the grass today and even up the field, doing some tamping. But all takes a little bump and ball's loose. And that's how Notre Dame scored their second goal today. It was off a loose ball. The attackers are going to be coming in. So again, putting some pressure on the goalie.
Stuckemeyer on the right side throws in a nice ball. That was Ava LaFollette taking a pure volley.
The gravity there that Stuckemeyer pulls in. You had three Washington players kind of approaching her, which is going to open up things for your teammates when there's that much. And central defenders getting over to help the fullback, and then the defensive midfielders kind of roaming over that way. It's going to create some space for your teammates.
See Allie Aberly in the game, number 2 for the first time. Yeah, well, Maddie's probably 95% of the time going to beat somebody 1v1. So, you have to make it 2v1 against her, and then dominoes start to fall when you do that.
Washington replays that one quickly.
They do. Gracie Alexander there. Nice one. Washington still has the possession, but about to give it away here. Yeah,
both fullbacks played the nice job playing the ball out of the air, bring it down. Oh,
Hannah Daly. That one hit her. Ball hit Hannah in the shoulder. It was not a handball.
So these the 4 players up top for Notre Dame right now have just such a nice understanding of playing balls into space without even really looking, basically.
No.
It's just been fun to see.
Playing into space, not passing to a person. Pass the ball space, let somebody run onto it.
And just knowing that the person's going to be there, it just did a nice job of that this last, 20 minutes or so of gameplay.
Just about 9 minutes gone. The second half, Irish protecting, still sitting on a 3-0 lead. Not really protecting, they're definitely trying to increase it. 3-0 lead on the basis of 3 goals in about 8 minutes, from about the 9-minute to the 1-minute mark at the end of the first half. Goals by Stuckemeyer and then 2 straight by Ava LaFollette.
Mentioned she's doing a nice job fighting off defender there. Winning some possession.
Throw in for the Irish. Washington has done a good job of weathering this Irish stuff with the help of the goal post.
Yeah.
At one point, but
Nice job of Larson there, cutting in and crossing the ball.
We got Maria Riggenberg, number 5, number 10, Delaney Driscoll. Back into the game for Delaney. Mia's first appearance. And somebody else snuck in there, number 15, Sophia Bradshaw. You think I would picked up on that, being surrounded by Bradshaws up here, but no, not me.
It's good to get a lot of people time, and like I said, get a lot of.
Allie Sticklemeyer there takes that really nice. Second, really nice corner.
Yeah, it's
taken there.
Those last 2 corners have looked a little more dangerous.
Yeah,
than the
that
ones
was
in the first half.
Ava in the last 2. We'll see Bradshaw settle in here, right back, right in front of us. I think Mia Riggenberg is going to play up top on the right. And Delaney's going to go back into the middle. Delaney and Driscoll. But she did excellent work in that first half.
Yeah.
As a distributor, she was terrific. The ball came to her, and it immediately went someplace else.
Yeah, switching the ball from side to side really well, nicely in that first half.
Rizak, pitch inside. Rizak, inside. There you go. There.
Free kick here, won by Allie Sticklemeyer.
Get there.
So it's tougher in the season to know what kind of bonus you're going to get. I said later in the season, you got a pretty good idea. But
Yeah, also your first game action today.
Yeah.
You know, for 30 seconds in, you're not quite used to it.
Yeah.
Bailey Leffler eventually wins the Irish throw-in. Ball's going to go out there and got a little slip there from Riggenberg. We'll start getting a little dewy out there as the sun begins to go down here, as we're nearing, or just probably right about 6 o'clock. Do not have my watch. I can't.
I've got my sundial. You're spot on there.
Okay, that's good. Good to know.
So it's a little in the first half of Rizak on the left side, making a little run. Nice job of it right there.
Yeah, and then she gave it up, so not too many touches, just the right amount.
Yeah.
3 or 4 there to break up the attack and then restart it for the Irish.
Wider, Novi, wider, Novi. Yep, keep coming wide, Novi. Man. Yep, good, Alexander.
Ball goes out off the Irish. Oop, we got an injury here. Mia Riggenberg just into the game.
Yeah,
It's now
I think she might have had, I don't know if it was a Charlie horse maybe? Or
yeah, and maybe
that played on the sideline a little bit ago.
Yeah, hip flexors kind of rubbing her left hip, upper leg. Sophia Russo then will come in and take her spot.
She'll footboard to the left and then bring Sticklemeyer back to the right here.
Hopefully that's nothing serious for Mia.
Yeah.
Got into the game.
So hopefully just that's kind of a Charlie horse maybe. She caught somebody's knee into her hip there or something.
Nice bit of play there between the Irish defenders and midfielders.
Nice little give and go.
Ava LaFollette.
Buzzed by the post again.
Yes, she does. She is doing some flybys of that post.
She does have 2 goals today. She could very easily have 4 or 5. Some are just right there.
Well, the keeper in the defense certainly knows she's going to shoot. It's making them indecisive.
Yeah.
You would think, well, you know she's going to shoot, so we have to close her down, or we have to, get more bodies behind the ball. So but they're kind of being left in no man's land.
Yeah, nice block made a minute ago on her shot previous to that one, but yeah, it's caused the defenders to kind of scramble. Both she and Manny Sticklemeyer causing kind of havoc here this half.
Yeah, good,
Chaddick as well. So that front 4 has been just a lot, very dangerous the last stretch of 20-30 minutes of gameplay.
It's a good win there by Gracie Alexander beating Delaney Driscoll. You don't see that very often. But once again, the ball ends up on the foot of the blue and green clad team. That would be the Irish. Washington just hasn't really been able to get anything going here. Almost 15 minutes into this second half. Still 3-0 Irish.
The closest chance we've had here was that Hannah Daly shot off the crossbar, kind of post, so like you said, the upper 90. Then Ava's last shot was right there too, so some chances for the Irish, but they've definitely looked the side much more likely to score. Haven't
Yeah.
it seems much from Washington this half.
No, that isn't like the first 15 minutes of the first half when it was they would relieve pressure by making offensive runs. Now they're just not really relieving the pressure at all.
Yeah.
They're half relief kind of.
Yeah.
Getting it out to midfield, but not winning it in midfield.
Yeah, almost all the action this half's been on this half of the field.
First corner kick on this side for Ava LaFollette and the Irish.
The last couple have looked pretty dangerous. See if we can get here.
Yeah, this one looked very dangerous too, to the point where it goes in.
Yeah.
Keeper just, it must have just missed the post. I mean, keeper sort of cross-handed it and went in.
It's a tough spot to be in when it's that close there.
It is. It comes at 24:35 of the second half. And that is a hat trick for Miss LaFollette.
Yeah, that's been coming. Substitution for Washington here with the goal. Asha Lee, the sophomore who's been featuring a little bit on and off today.
Yeah, she's been in there. She's coming in for Jaden Novi.
We were talking about Coach Zaboni bringing some of the younger players some chances here.
Irish now up 4-0. On their way to their constitutionally mandated 5-0 scoreline apparently this season.
Yeah, it's apparently the coaches made that a rule, or the IHS. I'm not sure. Somebody might have.
It's much easier to count by fives. So.
We're getting really close to more math, and I thought we talked about that.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Fives are one of the things I can count by.
No story was involved, so
no story.
We'll allow it this time.
Because of a youth spent doing nothing but watching sports, I also count by sevens really well.
A very natural number.
Keep working white. Keep working white.
You know, it's just at this point, we didn't see the first half of Washington not having a chance to gain relief, and the defense just being constantly attacked here. That's what we're seeing in the second half here.
Yeah.
So it's not a chance to get the release instead and just see what happens, how wearing it is for the defense.
Yep. It's such an energy sop to spend all your calories on defense. So Abigail Chaddick snaps off a quick left footer there from the top of the box. Just wanders past the far post.
Like you said, it's not just the physical, but just the mental, just like the constantly dealing with it. And that's what Washington's seeing here this half.
Yeah.
Good to see on the Notre Dame sideline here. It looks like Ringenberg's coming back in, maybe. Wait, no.
Number 14, Annalise Ruiz.
Oh, Ruiz, okay.
Annalise Ruiz.
Ruiz, great. So one of the young players here for the Irish. Again, we talk about getting some people some more minutes here.
Yeah, freshman. Listed as a midfielder, and that's where she'll go. Bailey Leffler will take a seat, maybe permanently. Not permanently, sorry, don't mean to. You're not cut, Bailey. I just mean you're not going to play anymore in the rest of this game. I mean your career's over.
You had a good run.
Yeah, you had a good run. Sorry, I had to break it to you so directly over the airwaves, but
played really well today.
Yes, she has. She was the danger woman for that first 20, 25 minutes for the Irish. She was all over it.
Yeah. So kind of in the hole right behind the attack, and just did a nice job finding some people.
Goal kick here for the Panthers. Looking to get something positive going here in the second half. Addison Bellamy getting ready to check back in for the Irish. Senior leader, team captain. Good job carrying the ball there by Sophia Bradshaw. The Irish still have possession.
Nice.
Oh, outside of the post. Beautiful left-footed shot from A few steps, a few paces inside the box.
Sophia Russo then tracking the ball down after.
Yeah, but it was number 13. Yeah, it was Sophia Russo. Beautiful job on her shot there, and then she wins the ball back, earns the foul in a very dangerous spot for the Irish. Ava LaFollette stand over this with that left foot of her and do just about anything with it. Treat it as a short corner. She can go directly at goal.
I don't know if I thought the foul was a little close to the box, but I would actually think it might be a little more helpful to be where she is now to get the ball up and down potentially a little more easily.
She's going to take it with her right foot. She goes for it. Floats it about a yard and a half over. Like the idea, though.
Yeah.
Plus, try it. You know, you're up 4-0.
Yeah,
There's 20 minutes left in the game. Put something on tape, you know, for other teams to see and say, hey, they will go for it from there. So
yeah, also just to, you know, the experience of working on yourself. You know, seeing what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, doing it in the training ground is one thing, but doing it in live action is completely different. So Madison Bellamy now comes back in. Tegan Unruh comes back in for the Panthers. I saw Tegan was a tremendous defensive force in that first 30 minutes.
Yeah. Saved a goal in that first half.
Yeah, definitely saved a goal. Delaney Rezak, number 9, comes out, replaced by Bellamy.
Oh, Bellamy on the right earlier. She's got some time on the left here. And more place you can put somebody, the better. I've seen a few of the players switching left to right.
Yeah, that's a great thing about this Irish defense. It can mirror itself, or not just defense, the Irish entire squad. They can mirror themselves. Maya Worrell calmly dealing with that ball. Pops it over the defenders. Keeps it in bounds.
Yeah, it doesn't, not easy to fluster Emmy back there.
No. Seen quite a bit in her 2 years of high school sports. Her vast experience, 2 years of high school sports. And there's Ruiz doing a nice run there. At least her first touches of the game, really.
A very nice ball there.
Oh, great save there. Boy, that's a second beautiful shot there by number 13, Sophia Russo.
Yeah.
That one had to be dealt with by the keeper, and she did. Did a very nice job. Very strong palm to the ball over the crossbar.
It's 2 shots. Both of those I thought had a pretty good chance of going in.
Yeah, they were both dangerous.
Nice job by the post on the first one and the keeper on the second.
LaFollette taking this corner here. A little harder to score on the right foot from this one. Yeah. Oh, Abigail Chaddick, another nice header here. Just couldn't direct this one on frame.
Yeah. Like the Irish found the space a little more on those corners in the second half.
Yeah, and Abby's finding that spot at about 14 yards out or so like that. That one was just a little bit too close to her waist, though. Kind of had to go down and try to almost dig the ball out with your head, which is very hard to do and dangerous.
Even that last corner of the first half, she kind of sunk in that spot and it's paying off. Find some space.
Nice win there by Delaney Driscoll. Continuing her fine work. Central defense and offense from her midfield position. Oh, beautiful turn. Left-footed shot. Flies over the bar there by LaFollette. The evergreens back behind that goal are going to suggest combat pay. They have been struck several times.
They keep them busy back there.
What we need to do is plant some of those ent trees from Tolkien. Just throw the ball back for us.
Convenient.
Yeah, very convenient. Look into that.
As long as you don't make them angry.
Don't make them angry. And good defense there. Yeah, that was number 20. I haven't said her name much here in this first half. She's continued her fine work. That's Willow Toft.
Very nice job covering for her fullback. She's gotten, for being the center there, she's gotten side to side. Nice job.
Yeah.
Sweeping things up.
Yeah, she's playing sideline to sideline. Yeah, a little bit of a push there. Even LaFollette got away with a push. Not going to amount to anything, but Coach Zaboni would have had he would have had a case there, and Chaddick threw in that very nice cross, and Ava wasn't going to be able to get to it, so she wanted to make sure that the defender couldn't get to it either.
Or I think Chaddick to Stickmeyer, and Stickmeyer for she's thrown in, kind of fed that one in there.
Good. Yes, good, Whitney. Good job, Whitney. Go, Riley.
Good win by Emmy Wardle.
Yeah. Saw a few balls like that in the first half, and it's just
tough. You're trying to play it over the top to
Yeah.
a single target.
Yeah, exactly. A few more people up there in the first half.
The ball is not being cleared, not making it to the goal, but not being cleared either.
Good, Chief. Get it out.
Stopped by the keeper, finds herself off, too far off her line though.
That's everybody understand coming out for the ball and just kind of bouncing around like that.
Yeah,
But
I believe that was Abby
Chaddick there, yeah.
Chaddick, yeah. Gives the Irish that 5-goal lead.
Got 3 subs coming on the bench, 4 subs, check that. So a number of people popping in here.
16:01. Number 3, Olivia Irby into the game. 4.
Leffler comes out of
Leffler.
retirement.
Comes
nice
back.
to
That's
see.
good. It's
Yeah,
good to see. That was
love to
short-lived.
see it, yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan-esque.
Yeah, George Foreman and
Tabby Stuckelmeyer makes her first appearance.
Oh
at
yeah,
15
there you
as
go.
well.
Got to have at least 2 Stuckelmeyers out there at all time.
That and the 5 goals. So
And the 5 goals, yeah. Irby, normally a defender. They're going to be playing Olivia up here in the right forward.
Good, Willow.
let's say
Stuckelmeyer's number 11. Then we're with the ball right now. Central. Center mid.
another nice job by Willow Toft back there, senior for the Washington, one of the captains. She's been doing a nice job back there defensively, especially as the onslaught's gotten a little more intense in the second half.
Yeah, it seems odd sometimes to talk about defenders, including the whole defensive scheme, really showing out pretty well on when you're looking up and it's 0-5 against you, but they really have.
Yeah. I said watch a half hour where Notre Dame didn't have a lot of chances.
No, yeah, we went 25 minutes without giving up a goal here in the second half. There, I know, not quite the same sort of
situation where it felt like a little more like it was going to happen. Like you said, the first half you didn't feel like it was inevitable. The second half, it seemed like just true of a lot of the women's games here. If they don't score for a while, you feel like you got a chance. That first half, it was pretty even up.
It certainly was. Yeah, two different situations.
Come back from an offside position there, I think.
Be a free kick from inside the box for the Panthers. We are at 13 seconds and change left in this game.
Good, Whitney. Good, Whitney.
See if the Irish can get a 6th goal here for the first time this year. Be nice to see. All the subs out there. Be nice if they were on the pitch while Irish scored. Shay Larson directing things. Leffler, it's a nice tackle from behind there. Perfectly
Toft
legal there.
again.
Yeah, Toft is.
Done a really nice job today.
That's probably the first time we've seen Emmy Wardle on the offensive
Yeah,
side of the
she
field.
brought the ball up a little bit there.
Tabby Stuckelmeyer wins the ball back. Gets it to Allie.
Good, Tori. Back to the next one.
A couple of players up top from Notre Dame making little half runs there, thinking about. It's always tough time that run through the middle. I think it's a little easier if your ball's out on the wing.
Oh, good fight there by Irby. Lost the ball initially, won it back with some excellent stick-to-itiveness.
It's a good word. I like that.
It's a big word. Pretty sure I didn't pronounce it correctly any of the 3 times I tried.
No, I liked it. I knew what you meant. It was good.
Abby Stickelmeyer there, or Allie Stickelmeyer rather, just misses the upper right 90.
And then we've got Riley Freeman back in the game for Washington here.
Good job by Tabby Stickelmeyer to win that ball.
And right back to her.
Yep, good job by Irby.
Good to see, even when you're bringing some of the subs in, you're still seeing some of the same style of play. You just kind of see that's obviously, spend some time in practice, working on just that.
Yeah, still playing the same system. Yeah, I like that one in any sport, basketball, whatever sport, football, still run your same things.
Asher hounding Washington defenders there.
Eventually ball finds its way back to Washington keeper's hands. She's going to walk it up, give herself a well-earned breather there.
Yeah.
Gets a punt.
She's kept very busy the last half hour or so here.
Yeah. Just about the 10-minute mark. Irish 3 goals in the first half, 2 goals here so far in the second half.
Nice little play from Washington there. Like I said, it's good to see them still attacking and playing the ball out. So it's a nice little.
Yeah.
It's just tough when you're worn down. Some of those defenders have been out there pretty much the whole game.
Yeah. Doing pretty much one thing. Looking at on-rushing green and blue jerseys. A little something going here down the right side. Let's see if they, yep. Tried to get a cross in there. That was not a shot. Tried to get a cross in there and just floated. A little bit short. Delaney Rezak back into the game.
Fine fun going over there. That was a nice fly ball whacked by the. I always appreciate when someone can wield a fungo like that. It's exciting to see.
Emmy Warnell taking a break out of there.
First time she's been out today.
Yes, it is. Delaney Rezak will take her place and charge of the defense back there next to Allie Stickelmeyer. Larson there to energize her bunny.
Yeah.
She's never not moving quickly.
Yeah.
In one direction or the other.
And she's popping her on the right, on the left, like she's. We were talking about the versatility. It's menacing the defense when you pop up anywhere.
Yeah, that is what it is. She does pop up. She's playing whack-a-mole, and you're never quite getting the hammer to hit Shay Larson. She always disappears.
So Rezak get a little time in the middle here.
Yeah, she's capable. Absolutely. She shifts into that spot every once in a while. It's under 8 minutes now to go. There you go. I don't mind that at all. Riley Bear not bothered by it. Riley knew where she was and where the ball was and where the goal was, but I don't mind that at all. 30 yards, go ahead and do it. Yeah, put some pressure. You never know what's going to happen.
And Paul takes an odd hop or something like that.
Yeah, takes a deflection, gets whatever like that. Gets somebody not paying attention.
That's a nice touch there because if she doesn't get foot of that ball, Larson's springing in behind her there. Oh, really nice ball.
Yeah, very nice ball there by Tegan Unruh. Just not the connection that she wanted over there. I think that's
Stickelmeyer did a nice job of covering there.
That's number 9 or number 8. Number 8, Gracie Alexander. Right spot, right time. I think she might have just kicked the ground first.
Yeah.
Saw she was trying to throw in a cross.
Yeah.
Another good job there by Unruh, winning a ball at midfield.
Oh, Olivia Irby is going to give this poor left back here for Washington some nightmares. And nice job.
Yeah, when
Let's turn the ball on that side.
Olivia, if she loses the ball, it's not really lost. She's sort of like, nope, you just have it temporarily. It's just a loan. I'm calling the loan now. Sophia Bradshaw there, luckily didn't pull anything.
Yeah.
My entire lower body would have flown off in all 4 compass points if I tried to stop like that.
Like you said, it's something you notice as the game goes on. Like I said, it gets a little dewy on the field later in the game, early in the season.
And it does. Washington's showing not a little bit more life. They've always been lively. They've been working hard the entire 75-ish minutes of this game, but showing a little more energy, I think, here maybe.
Yeah, well, just getting the ball into their half. You know, out of their half into the Irish half of the field because they were just kind of stuck for most of this half.
Yeah, it's just amazing where you can find energy reserves on offense that you can't find on defense. It's just human nature.
Yeah.
I don't care where you're talking about playing 8-year-olds or you're talking about 28-year-old NBA players.
Yeah. Oh, nice touch.
Ooh, and it was going to be a foul, probably a yellow card.
I would think so. But again, kind of what you have to do at that point as a defender once you're beat, because.
Yep. A professional foul.
Yeah, she was moving. Really nice run.
Dangerous position. Irish had one here, and they went for goal. Just about the same position. This might be a little bit further out. Be Ali Stuckelmeyer over it this time. First time it was Ava LaFollette. Ali is just as likely to go for goal here. And she does. It hits the crossbar. Anything you can do, I can do better. It was just slightly better. A little further out, so you got a little bit more room to have it come down.
Yeah.
Beautifully done.
Just like she placed that so well. You can tell like that's about what she expected to do. Just needed to drop a little more.
Keeper was well and truly beaten. There was not much she could do about it.
No.
There is Shay Larson doing her.
Being everywhere all at once.
Yeah. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Exactly. They did a movie about her.
Yeah.
Oh, just can't get it to go in. Is that Russo again? Boy, she has been dangerous. So they put her in, and automatically things started happening from that left side.
3 really nice shots.
She's every part the varsity player out there.
So, trying to see how much time's left without getting my head on the feed there. It's about 3 minutes, 20 seconds here. Number of substitutions for Washington coming on.
See Alexander coming off, and Riley Freeman coming off. 22, Samantha Langstaff. All put in very long, very productive shifts here today. Yeah. They're going to be on the wrong side of probably a 5-0 scoreline.
We'll head the ball next time now.
You said it's apparently an HSA bylaw I was unaware of, but that is the required result.
Really trying to streamline things, yeah. It makes it a lot easier to call in scores.
Somebody
doesn't call it in, you just pick the favorite team and put it up 5-0.
Just the regular?
Yeah, just the regular. Usual suspects. The Irish will have 2 home games next week. I believe on the 3rd and the 5th. We will be broadcasting, hopefully. Weather and other variables that we can't control. Washington will hopefully get a home game in themselves here after the rugged, sturdy 3-game road trip here to start the season.
It's like when the Bulls would have the circus come to town and they'd go.
Yeah, again, we give Coach Cerbonia and his staff and the athletic director of Washington credit. That is forging your girls in fire.
Yeah, make themselves better, because I said they've
they're
really good for long stretches here.
I know they're going to start 0-3, but I'd be stunned if their record isn't better than their 7-11-3 mark
Yeah.
from last year. That first half hour wasn't a fluke.
Yeah.
That is this team.
And like you said, they just constantly battled. There's been no slouching them up. Like
No
it's
let
just been
off. And the coaching staff has not been, it's just been like telling them to keep working, still coaching down there and doing it. So it's been, of course, Noel helps out with the men's program here. We're very familiar with him and love the way he handles his business.
Yep.
Both when that business is Notre Dame's and when that business is Washington's. He does a really good job.
Yeah. I've been very impressed by the effort from both sides.
Under a minute. Getting down to about 45 seconds here. A little push there by referee. Put the whistle in his mouth. Decided, nah, it's 45 seconds to go. What are we going to do? A meaningless free kick out here near midfield? Yeah.
That can be something that's leading to a goal or something like that. You might as well just kind of.
Good defense there.
Final corner maybe here coming from Notre Dame.
Yeah, that was number 25, Gracie Brewer. One final defensive effort. The Irish will be taking this corner kick with just about 15 seconds left in the game. Goes out to Leffler. Bailey puts it there. One final save for Van Quackenbeck. And the Irish will see this game out. Up 5-0 on the back of a hat trick by Ava LaFollette. Goals on either side of that half trick by Maddie Stickelmeyer and Abigail Chaddick. I know we said it wouldn't be math, but 3 + 1 + 1 gives you 5, and that's what the Irish win by. All right, we wish Washington good luck on the rest of their season. I thank them for visiting us. Thank you for sticking with us. Thanks to Stephen Bradshaw and Joe Corey for all the technical wizardry today. Thank you to my partner, John Donnelly. I'm Rob Kenny. Signing off. We'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.